Mr. Lieutenant Governor, when many of us heard yesterday about this plot, this insidious plot to kidnap the governor and all of the other things that go along with it, I mean, there was a good deal of shock and disbelief. You, no doubt, heard about it earlier than that. What was your immediate reaction when you heard about this?
Well, thank you for having me on to talk about this, Rick. It's disgusting. It is abhorrent, deplorable, all the terrible words I can come up with. But the thing that saddens me the most is that it is not surprising. The truth is, these people have been empowered, encouraged, emboldened, and given cover by people like the President of the United States, people like the Republican leadership in the state of Michigan, who have met with and fraternized with these people, who have created the rhetorical space for them to plan these violent actions. And while this was about kidnapping and executing the governor, they wanted to do more things. They wanted to blow up a bridge, murder law enforcement, recruit 200 people to storm the Capitol. And that's particularly disturbing because two of the men who were apprehended by law enforcement, they were in the Senate gallery with long guns. I saw them with my own eyes months ago in Michigan. They could have started carrying out this plot then. It really speaks to this just a culture of violence and being anti-democratic that has been sown by Republicans, and this kind of terrorist gang activity, it cannot stand. And I'm proud of our law enforcement and thankful to those professionals for thwarting the plot.
You talk about the rhetorical space for this to happen. You aren't suggesting that Senate Majority Leader Shirkey or the Speaker of the House, Lee Chatfield, condone this kind of activity.
I'm suggesting that going up and meeting with armed men in the Senate gallery who were there to intimidate lawmakers legitimizes them, and that is a dangerous thing to do. And so while you can have all the nice words and floor speeches, remember the majority leader marched out of the Capitol yesterday after this plot had been announced, after he had said some rosy things on the Senate floor and basically told people to keep it up on the steps of the Senate, on the steps of the Michigan Capitol. That is not responsible behavior.
Have you or your family taken any steps, made any changes? I certainly wouldn't ask you what those would be, in light of the fact that this real threat is out there?
You know, Rick, we're continuing to remain vigilant as always. I mean, the truth is, unfortunately, because of some of the structural racism in America, as a 6'8" dark-skinned Black man, I've been under threat for basically my entire life. And so now being a statewide elected official alongside Gretchen Whitmer, we have to be vigilant because there have been things happening since I've taken office and threats made since I've taken office. And so we're thankful that the law enforcement professionals who work with us are doing everything they can to keep me safe and the governor safe so that we can do our job and serve the people.
It's not on you alone, to be sure, but if you could, what would you do to try to change this atmosphere?
Well, the first thing is to tone down this rhetoric. I mean, you know, the president basically is trying to sow seeds of doubt and legitimacy of our democracy and our elections. That is not helpful. And you can see the direct impact of that because these men wanted to do this before election day to disrupt the election. The second thing we can do is we can ban firearms from the Michigan Capitol. We are only one of two state Capitol buildings that allow firearms to be brought into the building. And it's just, we saw these men, these same men with semi-automatic weapons inside the state Capitol meeting with Republican officials, and that's unacceptable. And the Republican-led legislature has the power to pass legislation to ban guns. They have chosen not to do so. The State Capitol Commission has punted and shirked their responsibility to be able to ban guns in the Capitol to keep lawmakers, the staff, and the people, the civilians, the children who visit the Capitol every day safe. They've chosen not to do so. So those are actions that can be taken right now. And the third and most important one is we need to vote these people who have these values out of office. And that's what we can do starting September 24th. It's already started all the way through November 3rd.
Mr. Lieutenant Governor, as always, I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you, Rick. Thanks for having me. Everyone, please stay safe.